do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again on another day, another opportunity for us to consciously evolve. Today's stream topic is going to be about the love loop. Stream topic inspired by Jovan, actually, where there is this clear understanding in our beingnesses that we have this ability to love another person, equipping them with the energy, with the faculty, with the opportunity to then share love back with us, allowing us to then share love back with them, creating this loop of love. However, unfortunately, the opposite is also possible. That you can use this ability to generate an experience in another, and then that generated experience generates an experience in another that generates an experience in you. We can use that for hate as well. We can use it to get angry. We can use it to get all riled up. You say something anger induced, and then that induces anger, and then something is said that is anger induced, and then that induces anger. Right? So realizing that we are these loop generators and to proclaim ourselves to be love loopers. That's today's stream topic, at least. That's what I want to talk about. And it's so strange how these things end up working. The one day that I feel a little bit less than my most loving self is when I'm supposed to be reminded of this idea. It's day 1047. I have 75% on this battery, so it'll be 74 real soon. We have Jacob and Connor and Shannon and Nana here already with us. Bless you. Hope you find yourself well, dear friend. Even better with you here. Find myself looping into love, if you will. I'm having a little bit of a hard time dealing with my own mind right now. Unfortunately, my plans changed. Remember how we were talking about me potentially going and having Christmas with Johan and Christian? Yeah, that's no longer happening. Like, it was such a weird roller coaster of, I got a message from Johan today of him confirming that it is in fact okay for me to come through to his place for Christmas. And I was like, nice, official confirmation. This is exactly what I needed. I then reached out to Christian about when we will drive, to which he let me know that he had already bought himself plane tickets. And we did kind of have a conversation about driving together. But that seemed to have been words. Words. Not fact, unfortunately. But I do believe that not going on Christmas with them is going to allow me to save some cash, which will potentially allow me to buy more tools so that I can get my business started sooner, right? So I'm okay with it either way. So it be. I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, said Alice, because I'm not myself, you see. I don't see, said the caterpillar. I see, stupid ass, unenlightened ass caterpillar. Can't you see that I'm not myself right now? I don't even know what myself is. What is a myself? Have you been able to find a myself? Why do every single one of us find myself as something else? If there is such a thing as myself for us to find. Doing well, just heading home from a Metallica concert. Just tired. I can imagine, bro. Bless you, man. I hope that your Metallica concert was good at least. Sounds like it was fun. I mean, how couldn't it be? The context is that the caterpillar was high. I mean, you would think that the caterpillar would understand more in that case, don't you think? Don't you think, Sam? Caterpillar would be on a whole new level. Maybe he's like smoking salvia or something. I can see that caterpillar smoking salvia. That caterpillar looks like he likes being a conveyor belt. Hi, morning, y'all. Dan, blessings to you. It's nice seeing your name here, bro. Dan joined us for yoga today. It was a blessing having him there. Joy Viv is here too. She also joined us for yoga. I'm so sorry your Christmas plan didn't go the way you were planning, Melt. I'm sure your Christmas will still be a wonderful one. I haven't had many wonderful Christmases, to be completely honest. But it's gonna be a Christmas. It shall be a Christmas. There is like some family stuff happening as well right now, where we do this thing where it's like a cycle. It's one Christmas for the one side of the family, then it's another Christmas with the other side of the family. And last year, Christmas was here with my mom's side of the family. And this year, it is my dad's side of the family, but it's my dad's side of the family with the sister that his stepdad already had. And I didn't even know I had this aunt for like decades of my life because my mom was mean to her and then they refused to see us for like decades. Got to meet one of my cousins. His name was Dylan. I've met him spontaneously at music festivals, not knowing this dude is my cousin. And then we met each other again, you know, at Billy's 21st birthday, that one where I went into Victoria, and we had like a festival scene, and we played a bunch of drum and bass, and me and him connected well. And the Christmas this year is being held by that family. But because of the economies and stuff, it's going to be a camping Christmas. So we're going to have to go and camp at like a campsite for Christmas, which is fair and all if we had camping gear, which we don't. We do not have any camping gear. So I don't know if we will have a Christmas. We might just end up staying home from what it looks like right now. I'll get to see, I guess, as things unfold. Yeah, just my dad and I rocking out. Lucky fish. I got way too high with my dab pen and was feeling funky towards the end. Glad I didn't drive. Yeah, dab pens, they'll definitely do it. Get you high, that is. Sometimes absurdly so, right? Like something that you can only take a single puff off and then be like completely okay. That seems pretty aggressive. I opened the stream to Melty, spitting on the ground and saying, "Can't you see I'm not myself?" Good morning, loved ones. Love is true. Thank you. We're joking about, like Sam mentioned, I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, said Alice, because I'm not myself, you see. I don't see, said the caterpillar. And then I was just like riffing on, joking about understanding, being so enlightened that I do understand what it's like to not be yourself. To not feel like yourself. One of my favorite lines for the whole not feeling like yourself is the fact that if you don't feel like yourself right now, it might be because you're changing. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Maybe you're changing. And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's time for us to change. I think so, at the very least. I'm going to light my little vaporizer. What is my intention? Acceptance. You need more acceptance? I like how I was like reaching a point of acceptance, and then the universe is like, I see. You have reached a level of acceptance. Here is new things for you to learn how to accept, so that you can accept that there will always be more to accept. Sorry, I'm noticing small imperfections. Acceptance, yes. I know. More acceptance. If you can't know both where you are right now, if we can't know both where we are right now and where we're going, then can we really know ourselves and know where ourselves is going at the same time? Really? Probably not. I see Connor saying the same. Probably not. The way I see it is it's about the journey. That's the lesson that was coming up for me today, at least, that it's not about who you are or about where you're going to end up. It's about getting there. Like this what we're experiencing right now is the point, right? I had this conversation with my cousin about getting what we want, right? Like if I say those words, get what you want, something else originates in our minds for each and every single one of us. And we have like different layers of importance. Some of us want grandiose things. Some of us want limited things, right? Simple things, if you will. Some of us want things that we cannot have. Some of us want things that we can have, but don't have right now. Some of us want things that we can have, but just don't get ourselves, right? Like we cannot justify it right now, etc., etc. But the point is that what we're here to get is this. Not all of those things that it is we think we want, that this is what we want, right? Again, trying to connect it to this love loop understanding. You are the point at which the loop loops back onto itself, right? You are the one witnessing the loop. And every single time we create this want in ourselves out there, we loop one way or another, right? You create a want, and then if you get it, that loop makes you feel more loving. And if you don't get it, that loop makes you feel less loving. And then you can continue that loop, or you can realize that you're here to experience said loop, which means that no matter what outcome, you're still getting what you want. You can still be a love looper, if you will, because you're the one doing it. That's what you need to know, Sam. Know that self. Don't know what self, don't know where self, but know the loving most self. You know, I feel like that could be the best answer. I see Lisa here with us too. Blessings to you. It's nice having you here, friend. The Hitchhiker's Guide Outlook. Life is about whatever you wish, which brings us back to the very first comment I made in this space. You'll have to remind me, dear Sam. Do you have your towel with you? You have a towel? Do you have your towel, Sam? It's one of my favorite fractals of like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when it comes to like outlooks, right? That all you really need is a towel. That's all you actually need to travel the galaxy. Because if you have your towel, at least you're like semi-prepared. People are like, shit, yeah, you don't forget your towel. What a trip. Yeah. Condiment dispensing towel. That's the line that really broke my brain. It's like when you think towel, you think something that only dries your body. And yes, that is what it is. But it also has condiments that you can press a button to put in your food. There's some high-tech towels. You know what? I accept. I accept my circumstances. I accept that these things work out the way that they're supposed to sometimes. Right? Like I want a new expensive toy. It's not really a toy, it's a piece of gear, I should call it. Right? It's a tool. It's something that I can use to make video with. So it's not as expensive as a full DSLR, but it is about 30% as expensive, which is still a lot of money when you know what those things cost. Let things be as they are. Let me love for all of the loops, regardless. I wonder what this one is gonna do for me. Because I was like really bummed, to be honest, right? Like I want that to be very clear. I'm not happy, particularly speaking, about this outcome that I am now experiencing. I'm not very happy about it. But I am in acceptance of it, though. The part of me that likes control is still very much alive. What is it? Desor? Desower? Desower? I'm not exactly sure what word that is, Joy V. Did I say that word? DSOR? DSLR. Everything does happen for a reason, Connor. Right? Like if what happened didn't happen, I wouldn't be having this experience I'm having right now. And surely, this experience is a valuable one. I'm supposed to, at least in my mind, learn something from this experience. So I'm not shying away. A DSLR is a camera. Usually it's a form factor. Hey Google, define DSLR camera. So DSLR is a camera format. That's all it's gonna give me. I want to know definitions, bruh. A digital single lens reflex camera is a digital camera that combines the optics and the mechanism of single lens reflex camera with a solid state image sensor. The reflex design scheme is the primary difference between a DSLR and other digital cameras. Yeah, so it's just form factor basically. It's like the biggins. I want, desperately so, a full frame camera eventually, right? Eventually, but they're super expensive. Spending $5,000 on a piece of gear right now just doesn't seem like the wisest financial investment. Regardless of the fact that that's as much money as I make in a year. But yeah, maybe at some point. Much love to you. Thank you, Duck Dad, for joining us too. Today is a big day. My wife has not spent one night alone without my daughter since she was born over 4.5 years ago. She leaves today, back Wednesday night, solo dad time. Is she going on a vacation? I hope so, at least. Hope she gets a little bit of rest, Brother Bear. Thank you for being a cool dad and taking care of Melanie. I still don't know if I'm saying her name correctly. Is it Melanie or Melanie? I don't think there's more ways to say it than correctly, at least. Universe gives me patience. Universe, gives me patience and calm. Yeah, give me patience and calm to help my daughter through this hard transition and also maintain my sanity. I'm happy to help my wife. And the universe will be happy to help you too, Brother Bear. Sending you all of that patience and calm, man. Wow, Doc, that's a big deal, absolutely. What could you do with a 5K camera? I can take photos. Real good. Like, that's the joke. That is the joke as well. Because it's not just the $5,000 camera, Joy Vive, unfortunately. It would be nice if it was just that. Like, I'm gonna want thousands of dollars of lenses as well, right? Because every lens does something else. I don't think I wouldn't want that many, at least not at first. Maybe 2 lenses, right? Like a 50 mil or something that goes like 25 to 75. 50 mil would be like the filming if we're doing stuff like this, you know. And then I would like something that like punches in 200 to 400 mils. I would be nice. I want to be really nice because then I can punch in on burbs, you know, sitting on that tree, and you'll be able to like literally make out the definition on the feathers and stuff like that. So that's where my mind is going, Joy V. But that's like long-term kind of vibe. So I'm getting myself like a 1-inch sensor gimbaled mini camera that has like live streaming features and stuff, which will change some things. It's going to allow me to, at the very least, and this is kind of like what I'm preparing for. This is why I want the little piece of gear. Remember when I was like doing my live streams, like especially at the festivals, and I was like walking off the camera, and it felt like being on the ocean, right? Like extreme amount of camera shake. Yeah. So this little piece of gear that I want to get myself next is going to eliminate that issue, which might make it a little bit more comfortable for you friends to join me when I'm on the move. It's also going to allow me to make a little bit higher quality video because I want to also use it like as a marketing tool, as in take video so that I can market the business that we're starting next year. So yeah, that's what I want the smaller one for. The $5,000 camera can wait. This is like a new one. I think it's called the A9. I think it's an A9. It has a full readout sensor. You're like, yeah, what does that mean? It means that every single one of the pixels inferences, information at the same time. Instead of it being like a shutter thing where it goes from top to bottom, all of them at the same time receive image. So you get like ultra crisp slices of reality that you can take. You can technically take a bunch, you can take a photo and then scroll back into the buffer zone technically and get like the perfect shot and stuff like that. Could be a means to make a little bit more money on the side, taking photos for like the festivals or whatever, but one step at a time. She's going to a little hotel spa type thing. That sounds nice actually. Melanie. But you say it all fun and exotic. Melanie. That would be the Afrikaans way of saying it. Melanie. But I do like Melanie. That's probably how it's supposed to be said, right? Melanie. $5,000 photos can see your insides. Yeah. I would like a probe lens as well. Hey Google, how much is a probe? Hey Google, how much is a probe lens? Since you're talking about seeing your insides, this one is not used. It's not a probe like that, please. Not that kind of probe. No, what? How much is a problem, bruh? You're giving me problems right now. How much is a probe lens? Lens. Holy goodness. It's like $1,000. $1,300 for one of these dudes. Let me go images. It looks so freaking absurd. It's like, what am I looking at right now? Is this real life? It's loading. So that's a probe lens. It's so stupid. So there's like literally opticals, like there's glass, like literal glass lenses all the way through that thing. And then you're like, why would you want something like that? And instead you can take photos like that. You can get real up close to things. Or for weed, yes. Yes, you can take pictures. You can take such great pictures of weed with a probe lens. The best is Estes pictures. You can like capture some details. Let me see if I can get some probe lens photos. Right, like I would like to have the power to capture things real up close and all the way out there. Probe lens, bro. Can you give me some photos? Thank you. Hey, look at this photo. Isn't this amazing? They're not really great right now, but you can like punch up close to a spider like that. Get to see a spider from the perspective of like a bug. Look at this dude. This is amazing. Getting to see the face of a spider. You'll have to get like really close to them though. So they have to stand still as well. Like it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Let's see if I can get one more cool photo. This one is pretty cool, but it's not high quality. Please, sir, can I get more pixels? I would like some more pixels, please. My eyes are hungry for more pixels. This thing is not loading. It's such a cool photo, but it looks bad because of the quality. How about this one? Better, but still bad. But one more probe lens photo. And then the other side of it would be 400mm lens, a bird photo. Yeah. Right. Which will then, it's also just as absurd when it looks, when you see it on the actual camera, but then you can get like photos of birds like that while being nowhere close to them. Right, look at that puffin's little facey. But also, that's what your camera looks like then. Yeah, and then full frame or DSLR will be like the sensor that you have on this end of it. So slowly but surely, I would like to get myself these cool tools because it's like the way I see it is like it's eyes. Like I already have eyes that I can see this world with, and they're really good quality for all intents and purposes. But it's very hard for me to give you what I experience through my personal fractal, and I would like to be able to give you some of that stuff kind of vibe. So much lovin's. $5,000 photo can give you 3 wishes. Uh, it's a never-ending melt. I have a beautiful Gibson SG Classic that I still want to get a $5,500 Les Paul. I'm thinking that's also a camera. Yeah, I know, Dan, I know, bro. I know it's never ending. But I would like to believe that I'm going to be sharing video and photos with you friends indefinitely, right? Like this is not gonna stop. I have no plans on ever stopping. So if I'm not gonna stop with what it is I'm doing, I might as well do what it is I'm doing well, right? Make sure I get high fidelity, captures of this reality when I try to share it with your friends. And I mean, technically we can have this moment without it having to be that high of a definition, right? Like there are limits, and I do believe that AI is going to make it a little bit better real soon. But when I want to, like, for instance, that bird that is screaming there right now, I could technically spend a few moments trying to find it. There we go. I found it. Right? Like I can see it with my eyes. Like it's in that frame. But you won't be able to see it. Not of our current technology at least. So yeah, slowly but surely, I will equip myself to be able to share everything. So that's the thing for me, Dan. I don't want these things just for the utility of being able to do it, but being able to share it. I see Loizana here too. Blessings to you, friend. You're going to start birding with the fancy camera. No, probably not. Just I would want to be able to, right? Like for me, it probably will be people that I take photos of more than anything. I find them a little bit more fascinating. I find birds fascinating. I just find humans a little bit more so. And you can do the same things with those like long range lenses as well. You're a sniper basically. You can take photos of people so unaware of themselves that there is absolutely no, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-consciousness. All right, you get to capture people in their element. I got 99 problems and a camera ain't one. Bless. Google, show me a probe lens. Me, no. I got 96 problems and a probe is one. So that's a probe lens. Where do I load the weed? You would be able to take real cool photos of weed with it. I wonder if I can find a photo like that. Let me see quickly. Weed photographed. I wonder if we'll get a hit. I think we did. I'll literally, my whole video will probably get demonetized for showing you this, but it's so pretty. I do not want to. I don't know if this is actually taken with one of these lenses, but this is kind of the point. It's kind of the point. I think this is a Shutterstock image. Bruh. Where's that photo? There it is. I accept demonetizations, I guess. You can take photos like that. It's like a perspective on reality that you do not get to have with your normal eyes. It's pretty cute. Why does it look like a fist? The spider seems chill. Dan, I would like to play your Les Paul. I also don't know what that. Oh, Les Paul is a guitar. Okay. And the Gibson, I should have known that. I did technically know that Gibsons are guitars, but it kind of like spaced in my mind nonetheless. Yeah, good old passions. I have an SG Classic right now. Dan, sorry I misread. It's okay. Love is true. Beautiful artisanal oregano. Yes, that was a picture of beautiful oregano that we just saw. Believe AI algorithms. You didn't see anything. You just saw oregano on stream, bro. We're talking about cooking. We're talking about food. We're just talking about food. Cool, cool. We're normal peoples. Hey, Hoopy. It's nice to have you here, Maula. Maulao. I have a little vaporizer here with me. I've already hit it once, but I seem to be running from something. What am I running from? I think I'm running from my own bullshit a little bit, right? Like thinking about the fact that I already have everything I need, technically speaking. Right? We get ourselves locked in these loops of, oh, as soon as I have this piece of gear, then surely I'll be able to do it. And you know what the joke is? How this actually started? This whole tool acquisition fractal, you know, that as soon as I have this tool, then I'll start. I bought myself a gimbal when I was 18, I think, about 18. And I convinced myself that as soon as I have this gimbal, then I'm going to start making YouTube videos. And I got the gimbal and nothing changed. Nothing changed. Because I still didn't really have that confidence in myself to actually just start. And weirdly enough, Arpan was the push that I needed, the insight that I needed about myself to realize that I do actually enjoy doing this, right? I don't know if I enjoy the actual taking video and then cutting them together part. I don't know if I like that because it feels less personal. It feels like I'm like schizophrenic. That's the way it feels to me, honestly. It makes me feel like I'm insane, like I'm actually insane. I'm doing insane things, and then I'm stringing a bunch of insanity together to make it make sense. And I understand the process, but it doesn't make me feel any less insane when I do it. This makes me feel a little bit more sane because I know that there's a person, there's you, Joy V, Dan, Shannon, Maulao, Doc Dad, or Joe Schmo. There's you. I don't even have to know your name. I know that there is a you that is being perceived on the other side, that is getting to receive these words that I'm saying right now. And I technically, it's the same thing with like videos you make online as well, but it's not as immediate. You have to kind of like, Pippi is like, bro, give me more attentions. It's not as immediate. You have to imagine harder, right? And in that way, it feels like a little bit schizophrenic. You can say oregano again, please. Can you say oregano? Oregano? Same difference. I'm saying the letters, am I not? Ori. Chanua. Freaking oregano. Speak of oreganos. The Les Paul is named after the man Les Paul who invented the guitar. Les Paul tends to be pretty heavy though, so they came out of the SG, a solid body guitar, to create a more lightweight version. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever to my mind. It's like, yes, we made this solid body guitar and it's lighter than the previous one. Is the Les Paul made of metal? Solid body. Solid in my mind should be heavier, right? Just to be clear, Les Paul invented the Les Paul guitar, not the guitar as a whole. Makes sense. What's a gimbal? A gimbal is something that stabilizes, has like multiple arms that stabilizes your. It was that specific one, and I still technically have it. Holds your cell phone stable, so that you can move it around without it being too jittery. But it is a little bit too lightweight for this mobile device because it's too heavy. There is definitely a learning curve. Maulao found the guitar quite challenging. For me, I don't find the guitar too challenging. I find it too painful to really commit myself to it, right? And I can hear people that play the guitar being like, oh yeah, you just have to push through. Oh, you just have to get calloused at the tip of your fingers. And to them I say, no, no, thank you, sir. I do not want calluses on my fingertips. I do not want that. That's not something I want. And I played the guitar with my dad for a little bit until it became excruciatingly painful to do so. And then I was like, you know what? No, no. I do feel like this little instrument is a little bit more my spirit instrument. I feel like I'm being called to it because I play it with my nails, just my nails. There's no direct pressure on skin happening at any point. So yeah, maybe I'll learn to play the guitar as like a MIDI or something. Learn to play the piano instead. Definitely a learning curve. You have to train your hands to stretch further than it is used to. Oh yeah, guitars have lots of strings, 6 I believe. I would say that it takes a solid year of practice, like 30 minutes a day, to be really comfortable on the guitar. No melt, but you have an electric guitar that is not solid body. That means it's multiple pieces of wood. More wood is more weight. Okay, that makes sense. If the gimbal wasn't the tipping point to your streaming, then what was? I did mention it was Arpan. Arpan was my tipping point because I did make a few YouTube videos while I was in China, right? And I remember using said gimbal to prop up my cell phone camera a little bit higher and then doing like a like rudimentary script and like doing my takes and then recording those takes and then cutting those takes up. Like technically those videos are still available. I would not recommend you watch them. In fact, I would recommend you don't, because it's very embarrassing to me to even think about it. But like, let me see how many I actually made. I don't know if I'll be able to access them here. Technically, should I be able to? I actually don't know how to, bro. I can technically go playlists. Then I have a China, bro. This is tripping me out, bro. Those videos, those 3 videos were made pre-Arpan, right? While I was in China. And they still melt my brain. Just looking at this photo melts my brain. Remembering myself making this thumbnail. Like who is that person kind of vibe, right? But I didn't enjoy it. It didn't make my soul come alive. It made me feel like I was insane. And I would remember people walking past my window outside. And the sense of insanity amplified, right? I'm like, ah. Because it was also like during, like I was making those videos literally during the COVID lockdown while I was in China, which was like double rough. Like I did it almost like a necessity. Like I couldn't do anything else, right? There was nothing else to do. And even then, I couldn't find much joy. I think like a part of it was probably like some trauma. Like as I was editing my second video was like when the police came to my door and mildly arrested me because I haven't registered properly in the Shanghai city like this. Yeah. I'm tripping out just thinking about this stuff right now. Love looping myself back. So yeah, that was like what the real tipping point for me was. It's just being able to do it on Arpan and getting to have that connection with, you know, the people watching. I feel like Arpan did that super well, right? Like even the people that had nobody watching them had somebody watching them kind of vibe. Okay, yeah. So that made sense for me. I was like instantly like, yeah, this is actually what I want to do. Okay, sending virtual hugs. I relate, melt more. I think about the info and how it's presented. Usually, big money gets the highlights. The rest of us feel some type of way about lack of representation. So true, Brother Bear. Just remembering I dreamt about playing the guitar last night. Acoustic though. I think it's still in synchrony. Love to you, Nancy. It's nice seeing your name here with us. The Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea slaps the guitar with his thumb. The calluses on the side of his thumb split because he slaps it so hard, and so he fills the split with super glue so that he can continue. Yeah, yeah. I know about that. I was given that as a recommendation by my dad as well, right? When those grooves in my fingertips started forming, he was like, "Oh yeah, just fill them with super glue." And I was like, "Yeah, not the fuck. Am I doing that? No, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to super glue myself into one piece so that I can continue playing this instrument. No, that's why I have a lot of respect for people who do play the instrument. It's just not for me. I'm too soft, right? And I'm not too soft from a perspective of weakness. I'm too soft from a perspective of knowing thyself, right? Like I know myself. That's not. I don't like that. It's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. Maybe if I have like robo hands, if my hands are made of metal, maybe I'll pick up the guitar again. But while I'm still flesh and blood, nah. Thinking about the internet of representation, bro. The amount of advertising, like the internet right now is technically built on advertising, right? And that's the problem as well. Like something has to change with that. Melt says, please go find and watch his earlier scripted videos. He's proud of them, not the least bit embarrassed. Joy V, please. The only reason I keep them up is because I see there's still value. There's value in cringe. There is value. There is surely value in cringe. There's value in seeing that version of myself. There's value in remembering. So that's the only reason I haven't deleted them completely. But I don't really want people to watch them. That dedication to music for sure, Dan. He's a great performer, absolutely. I think the earliest video I watched of yours was when you were doing these streams, day 3. How about that? I do know that the first stream does get a little bit more views, people wanting to check in. I remember myself on that day making the promise of doing it for a year as well. I remember myself being more overweight than I am right now. I've also gone back a few times. Yeah, Flea is awesome, Lisa. Fun fact, Flea is also the voice of Donnie, the indigenous animal person that is on that old cartoon, The Wild Thornberries. How about that? I love cringe comedy. I don't know if that's cringe comedy. That's just like cringe. Just like, this is pretty cringe, yo. What am I looking at right now? It's one of my favorite Nickelodeon factoids. I don't think I know that one. The Wild Thornberries. I don't think I've seen that one myself. Busta Rhymes voiced Reptar. I don't know either of those fractals, unfortunately. Neither Busta Rhymes or Reptar. Bruh, is the wind really killing my jet lighter right now? Thought we get jet lighters to not have them killed by the wind. It is kind of windy, right? Kind of windy. Yeah, I think it might be a little bit windy. Just a little bit. Old cringe is comedy in my book. Good. Maybe you'll find some joy out of watching my old cringe scripted videos, bro. Semi-scripted videos. Like I would instead of saying scripted, I should say edited, right? Like those videos are edited. Like that's definitely one thing that I can say about them. Because I remember spending the hours slowly but surely, meticulously cutting things. I remember for the second video, I even did like punch-ins, or was the third video? I did like punch-ins, and I was like, now I went from this taking hours to this taking 8s of hours, and I was like, oh hell no, dude. No, I don't actually like doing this. This is making me feel like I'm losing my mind. And I already feel like I'm losing my mind. That's the joke, right? Like if I was not actively feeling like I was losing my mind, then maybe these things would be a little bit easier for me, but I'm trying to keep it together here most days. I'm not gonna do something that makes me feel like I'm losing it even faster. And this thing should be heated up. Was AFK? I'm back. It's nice having you here. Thank you for joining us again, Loazana. I was pretty chubby. This is true, actually. It's good to kind of look back in that way too. Because at this point in my life, I still feel chubby, right? So it helps being able to look back and realize, hey, oh, actually, things are better. Dearly beloved, love is true. So full of questions today. Should you ask another one? Are you dabbing, Melt? No, no. This is a vape pen technically. It's a manual vape. You put a little dry herb into the little chamber, and then you heat it at the bottom here, and then it evaporates all of the THC off of your leaf material instead of combusting it. What's a punch in? I don't know if you like. Am I saying something that doesn't make any sense? I don't remember myself saying punch in. You're so cute and chubby. Love is true. Dan Flea was just on Hot Ones. It's true, actually. It was my favorite interview in the history of the show. Previously, my favorite was the one with Paul Rudd. Bless. I'm happy to hear that's a good one. You're so full of questions. Did I miss one? All messages? Maybe I did miss some questions. No, I'm already on all messages. I'm already on all messages. How about that? Thanks for the heads up, Rabbit. Bless. Keep saying words. I only understand the other context, Sam. Melt keeps saying words. I only understand the other contexts. What's a punch in? Punch in. Did I say punch in? You're just confusing me too. I have to watch that. Absolutely, bro. He looks a little bit feral. Like I'll say that as well. Like I don't know if they did him too much justice with the thumbnail on that Hot Ones episode. I want to say a bunch of things, but I think all of them would be rude. So I'm gonna say none of them at all. Or Rolling Stones magazine calls Flea the second best bassist of all time after John Entwistle from The Who. There we go. They are both great bassists, Lisa, but sorry, no. Dan has his chips completely stacked. LA, I was surprised to see Kate Blanchett on Hot Ones. It is a cool show. Interesting medium, watching people in pain, trying to keep it together. Neither Flea or John Esselwyn can touch Victor Wooten. I don't even know any of these dudes, unfortunately. I'm very bad with names. I enjoyed Cardi B too. I don't think I've seen that one. Who was my favorite? I think mine was Post Malone, weirdly enough. I really enjoyed the Post Malone one. My name is Mod. Flip Mode Squad. Are you a Primus? Like, I'm so lost. I have absolutely no idea what's going on right now. So I'm gonna pull a card. Give myself something to anchor to. Make myself feel a little bit human at least. Let's see what we get. Primus. Twice also. I like Optimus Prime. I think he's a cool dude. He's a cool robot, I like how he befriended Sam Witwicky in that one documentary. You said your second video, you did a bunch of punch-ins. Oh, yeah. So you have these zoom sliders, right? That have little dots that you can put in them, as start and stop points and return points. So I can go, did you know? And then I can put a point down. Or I can start if I take the video, did you know? I do that, right? Then I start with the did as 1 point, and then I create a curve that ends at right? So it's closest, like a zoom in, did you know kind of vibe, right? That's like a punch in. And then you can zoom back out. So not only are you cutting the clips, but you are creating depth, zoom ins and outs with the clips that you've already taken. And that technically helps with viewer retention or whatever. but it drives me insane. I'm like, yes, I get this, but please, can I not have an AI that literally knows me, having a conversation with it while it edits the video for me? So I'm patient. I'm willing to wait 5 extra years to make the videos I want to make, if that's how long it's supposed to take. I think a punch in is when you take some audio that's recorded separately and punch it in later. That could also be. Weirdly enough, if you want to be even better with your video, technically you're supposed to do that sound design, fractal as well. Want to drop some Primus is infinitely cooler than Optimus Prime. Love is true, Dan. Thank you, bro. I agree on the Victor. Don't know these fractals. Of course, this is the card we pull. The one person in the world that I'm angry with right now has to remind me of his presence. So comical. This universe is such a way. Is that Luke? Bless you, bro. We pulled card number 13, the Dolphin Merkaba. I am angry with Christian. Let me just acknowledge that to myself as well, because I don't want to be salty. It's one thing to be angry, it's something else to be salty, bro. To be negative, to be resentful. I don't want to be resentful. I just want to be angry. Yeah. I release that too. C'est la vie. That's life. That's how it is sometimes. Can't always get what we want. My daughter heard him the other day and said, "Dad, what is it when I make a face like I'm sort of mad but happy for the music?" Yeah, bass face. That's the your stag face. That, yeah, like me and John talk about the creature coming out. Right. Like when you make that face, the creature is let out. Makes me happy to know that your daughter is experiencing music so viscerally, bro. So much love in some chat. I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but I'll read us a card. Card number 13. There's 13 friends in chat right now. Nice. Or in stream. More synchronicity. I had like a moment yesterday where I saw a bunch of 13s as well. So I feel like this is the appropriate card. Joy and cooperation. More words I don't know. Joy and cooperation. The geometry of this card results from the interpenetration of two tetrahedrons, forming a new shape called the star tetrahedron, or the Merkaba. The Merkaba is believed to be a vehicle of dynamic balance and expanded awareness, even multidimensional travel. This image was inspired by wild dolphins who form amazing geometry. These beings exude the vibration of joy, cooperative play, and some believe they hold a key to interdimensional travel. Seeing dolphins play with these geometries help us to understand the universality of this message. Choosing this card asks you to connect with the joy that resides within you. We occasionally forget to exercise our joy factor. One message of the dolphins is that joy and laughter are always available, and through cooperation, we can share the joy of living. Visualize yourself as playing in this dolphin Merkaba and deeply experiencing pure joy. How can you better express your joy? How can you bring more laughter into your everyday life and share the way it feels? Joy is infectious. Become its expression. I do feel like that is mostly associated with today's stream topic of becoming a love looper, right? Maybe that's another way to become a love looper, is to become the expression of joy. Mm, I missed you explaining this both times this morning, on the beginning of yoga and the beginning of stream. So not knowing exactly why, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry you're mad at Christian. So, me and Christian had a phone call. What was it? 4 days ago? Saturday night? 3 days ago or so. We had a phone call. And it was a very emotional one. Right? Like there was, at least in my mind, an honoring of one another in that conversation. And in that conversation, I talked about spending Christmas together after having all of the emotional stuff. And he was like, yeah, that sounds good. Something, something. It's like 6,500 rand, which is like a month's, worth of income for me. A little bit, yeah, about a month's worth of income. And like just for the tickets, right? Just to get there. That's not for anything else. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds a little bit hectic. Maybe we can drive and then save 9,000 rand plus, right? Which is like $500 that we can save by driving instead. And I confirmed with him that we can do this. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. It's going to be a mission, but let's drive. It's going to be like 14 hours of driving. So it's not nothing. And then before actually properly setting the plans in motion, I made sure to talk to Johan as well about it, sent him a voice note. He took a few days to get back to me. And then he got back to me yesterday, and I read the message today, or listened to the message today, like yesterday, like around 10 or something. And I listened to the message today. And it was like him confirming that, yes, in fact, there is room, there is place for us to sleep. You would like to have us for Christmas. And then I was like, okay, great. And I sent Christian a message, and I was like, bro, Johan is down. We're ready. We can like make this happen. And then he was like, I've already bought myself plane tickets. And I was like, oh, guess I'm not going to Christmas with you. So that's where my anger came from, right? It's unfounded, technically. I should be happy. I should love loop for my friend, because now he's gonna get to have a good time. But yeah, I won't be able to. And that is fine. Wild dolphins sound funny. Most dolphins are wild, right? I think like the minority of dolphins technically aren't. Maybe the captive dolphins don't get to play that way. Decided to fly to Johan instead of drive, meaning Melt can't make the trip now. This is true, Sam. Hey, Kristen, thank you for joining us too. Glad I can say I love you before stream ends. I was so goddamn tired. I had to nap after yoga. Bless you. I hope the nap at least helped sending you love. A punch is what happens when you join a gang here. A punch-in. They call it a punch-in? I know what you're talking about. But a punch-in sounds so soft. Thought it would have a harder word, a cooler word or something. Oh, bummer. Maybe Mel can fly too. It's just not financially appropriate to do so, right? Like, I do not make the kind of capital that I would like to be able to do stuff like that nilly-willy. Right? Like spending a month worth of salary just on flight tickets, it doesn't really make sense for me right now. Of course. Love is true. Thank you, Louisiana, for sharing your fractal as well. I don't know what I'm reading when I read that stuff. Again, I feel like I'm not honoring those individuals. I appreciate you, friends, honoring them, though. I'm going to turn this off for now. And then I'll play some kalimba. I'm gonna pack myself another little vaporizer before I do start playing, though. I feel like I need to melt. Unlurking to love yous. Thank you for the love loops. Loving you too, dear Ja. You are the inspiration for today's stream topic, after all, so I'm happy that you're at least here, lurking in the background. Second microphone is set up. You can get this little dude empty once again. Ciao bao. So much lovin's. Bruh, being a human being. Expectation and then suffering. I feel like I don't expect too much, right? I try to not expect too much because I know that causes me suffering. So when I have conversations, and that's like where the autistic part of myself comes in, like I have a hard time interfacing with this reality most times, right? So I really value and honor communication. So if we communicate and a decision is made, a conclusion is reached, and then things change, that causes me more suffering. More suffering than just expecting things. And I'm trying to get better at love looping despite these unmet expectations. That seems to be my journey or my mission or my homework today. That's the homework I'm gonna have to do. Hey Zano, seeing you. Blessings to you too, friend. Don't know. Yeah. Yeah, me too. You were loved, dear Kristen. Again, blessings to you, Zano. Some of my most cherished memories of my best friend, Keith, is the crazy road trips we took. A 14-hour road trip is awesome. So many shenanigans. Yeah. I was really looking forward to it. I feel like that's the thing, right? Like it's the looking forward to things and then having that thing you looked forward to taken from you. That's where the expectation and the suffering comes in, unfortunately. And that's the experience I'm mourning right now, right? And as a masculine entity, instead of mourning, instead of being sad, we get angry, right? And I'm noticing that in myself right now. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it is wise. I don't think it is admirable. Yeah, I'm kind of ashamed of it, to be completely transparent and honest. But I realize that this is also how it's supposed to be. I'll end up saving more money. Not going at all. I'll save even more money than I would have saved driving. Right? So now I get to save more cash, meaning I'll potentially get to make more money quicker. Freaking good old capitalisms. How about we have some capitalism, right? No, 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 no. I'm feeling off today. My brain feels kinda sticky and my word filter is turned too high. But I'm feeling lovin's. We love you. Even if you don't have to say a single thing at all. Dear Jovan. I get it. I get it. That sticky feeling, that I get it. I spend a lot of time there too. It gets better. We go back and forth. Know that you're loved, appreciated and held no matter how you're feeling right now. You're just as worthy of the love that we have for you. Man's like, it was another discussion. No. How much is it though? Can we take up a collection to send to you, Mel? I mean, it's not that much, technically speaking, right? But now I'm feeling a certain way. That's the problem, right? Like it's the whole fractal of not caring. That's the thing that I'm really angry about, right? I don't want to be sad about my friend not considering me, so I'm angry about it instead. Yeah, I'm the one that's so righteous. I'm the one that's so good, right? Sense of self-importance kicks in or whatever. That's the thing that I'm fighting right now, right? Like I don't even know if I want to, kind of vibe. Like it's now the circumstances have changed. The part of me that's prissy, right? That's where I'm at. So I don't even know if I want to go. No, homework is listening to Primus. Not a different category, on a different fractal. Joe, but I'm sorry. I'm a little off too. Lovins to you. Thank you, Nancy, for letting her know that she's not alone. None of us are. I'm posting a Debbie Lee. Love is true. Thank you, Lovazana. It's called a beat in, but the joke wouldn't work then. Oh, jump in. Yeah, jump in. That's the word that I remember it was being called. Getting jumped into a gang. Yeah, that sounds cooler. That sounds cooler to me than getting punched into a gang, right? Joining gangs are not cool. Let me just preface. Not a cool thing to do. Please don't join gangs. But the word punch in sounds less cool than getting kicked in or getting jumped in. Get that. Meld. Christian can be kind of hot and cold day. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be the case. I get it. I get it though, right? Like everybody gets to live their own lives. Hope your brain gets unsticky soon. Love is true. Thank you, Shan. You just saw your comment about seeing Rush. Christian should have just told you he doesn't want to drive that far. It's a lot of miles to put in a car and in time. That's the thing as well, Nancy. I would appreciate him telling me these things. Just saying that. Because we have more cars. Since Christmas is usually a family affair, I would have had my mom's car to take, for example, right? And I have a license. I did go and get my license again. So I now have a valid driver's license. And I had a vehicle that could have driven us all the way down. But instead of talking to me, instead of us deliberating, making plans together, because it is going to be like a Christmas we take together, right? I would like to know that we're buying tickets. When are you buying your tickets for? Can I meet you at the airport so we can fly together? No. But none of that. Not even gonna let me know. Just gonna do it anyway, right? Like that's the thing that's fucking with me a little bit. It's the whole fractal of, the consideration we have for others and then the potential lack thereof on the other side. I'm being I know. But I'm still angry about it. I'm not salty. Am I salty? I know I'm salty a little bit. Is it wrong to be salty sometimes? Having a hard time love looping. That's why we had to talk about this topic today. As well. More ones that I don't understand. Going to pick up some lemon bean weed today. One of my absolute favorites. It's my gift to take care of myself over the next few days. Lemon bean. That sounds nice, dude. Blessings, bro. Enjoy, man. You want to go. You want to spend Christmas with your fam instead. I don't know. I want to spend Christmas with people who want me to spend Christmas with them. That's where I'm at right now, JV. And that's the pain I'm feeling, right? Is that this communicates to me a lack of consideration, a lack of care, a lack of wanting me to spend Christmas with them. So that's the thing. Unless you're joining the soft shell gang, that's very true. I remember basically every second of the show. I'm thinking camera setup for the Unreal. I don't know what these words mean. I've seen the solo on YouTube. That was true. No. I don't think you're sulking. That was a hurtful situation. So it be. C'est la vie. I accept. Doesn't help me to continue now messing with myself, thinking about it. It is done. It is done. It is now set in motion. The tickets have been bought. We are no longer driving. And I'm definitely not driving alone. but I'm also not. I don't know. Not that I can't, but it's not feasible, right? Like I'm moving out real soon as well. It's not very responsible of me to spend literally a month's worth of capital just to get somewhere. Never mind the amount of capital I have to spend to eat food. Good old having to eat food and stuff, right? Fucking hell. So yeah, I don't want to deal with that stuff either. That's also, causing me some distress. I want you to spend Christmas with us. Yeah, I want to spend Christmas with you too. That's like the first place my mind went, to be completely honest, Louisiana. Like as soon as I felt this like situation of like, not being able to go to Christmas with my friends, I was like, I would love to be able to go to Christmas to one of you friends' places. If you can take your mom's car, then maybe think about it before saying no. Again, Nancy, it's not, I mean, it is technically still going to be cheaper to drive alone, but that's not the point. Like, that's literally losing, the value that I was trying to kind of like show up for. And it's like the whole consideration thing, wanting to have me there in the first place instead of just, kind of like doing it as it was going to be done anyway. It's settled, man. Melt is coming to Florida for Christmas, spending it with me because I want you there. That's nice, Dad. Unfortunately, your country still won't let me in. Morning Shell. Is the stream broken? I hope not. I hope not. It's been, I mean, you friends have been commenting. Your friends have been commenting, so I think it might be okay. I don't think the stream is broken, but some of us kind of are. That's also fine. I spent a Christmas in Florida once on an amazing road trip. It was an excellent Christmas. That sounds like a blessed time. Love to you, Joy. Hi, Shell. Bless. Not broken. Oops, not broken. It's okay. I can't get the stream to play, just the chat. I get it, Melt. Love to you, Nancy. Did Christian think you could afford to fly? Or was he like, screw you? I mean, he recommended that I ask my parents for Christmas money to afford the ticket. And I'm like, bruh. My literal words to him were, we live in different worlds, dude. We live in different worlds. My dad doesn't really believe in giving me cash. The last time I received any money from my parents was in the year 2016 or 2017. All of the money I've had since then, I had to earn for myself. Because that's like the way it's supposed to be when you're part of an engineering family. You're supposed to make your own money. So yeah, he knows my situation. Like I give like 5%, I think it is, or something, of the money I'm making to him every month for his Patreon. So yeah, I don't know, it's fine. He probably didn't put much thought into it. He just didn't feel like driving. Yeah, that's the point I'm making, Joyviv. He didn't think about me, right? He didn't put much thought into it. He didn't talk to me about it. He didn't ask me anything. He just went forward with his own plans, and that's fine. Clearly, there's already plans in motion, and I'm just trying to, at least that's the way I'm experiencing it, trying to be a part of the plans. Like, I'm not a part of the plans. I'm trying to be a part of the plans, right? And that behavior communicates to me that there's already plans made. And I can, if I want to, figure something out, but I wasn't a part of the plans. How much are we talking? Yeah. It's like $400, exactly. No idea how many toonies or loonies or maple syrup gallons that is in Canada speak. I think like the Canadian dollar and the American dollar are pretty close. That's what I asked LA. We can send him. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, again, not about the money for me. The money is like an extra layer of consideration, right? But it's the being considered. That's the thing that I'm thinking about right now. No, 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 no. Love is true. Love you, Melt. Promise you won't break a spork. Bring a spork to Christmas. I'm not promising anything. Spork sounds very useful. I don't know what I'm gonna get, right? Maybe the spork is the ideal utensil for eating Christmas food. Big lovin's. Time to take the process and feel what is real. But don't allow yourself to be discouraged. Keep your head high for opportunity. Like, this is the thing as well with me, at the very least. Like, I know that there is no loss, technically. I'm not gonna lose out on anything. No matter what happens, I'm going to get to have an experience. I'm going to get to stream with you friends. I'm going to be here in this moment on Christmas Day, getting to have this conversation with you friends for at least a moment, right? That is still going to be my truth. I just wanted to spend part of that truth with my friends, right? This will be the first Christmas I ever have away from my main family. And Christian's birthday is on the 25th of December. So this would also be the very first time I ever get to celebrate his birthday with him. At least that's what I was stoked for, right? But it's, yeah, like it's it's a matter of mindfulness. Love loops, right? That you can hurt yourself by loving too much as well. But I would rather love too much and get hurt that way than not. I understand the spork reference, but I do have a funny spork story from last night. I don't understand. I don't understand the spork references either, to be completely honest, but it made me smile anyway. It's about 550 Canadian dollars. Sounds about right. Look at that tractor mower whipping it. Was that the tractor? Might be one in the background right now. But my dad was driving the quad. He seems to be poisoning things. Our dinner with my mother-in-law last night was so stressful. After we dropped her off, my husband and I drove to the grocery store and bought a chocolate fudge cake and ate it in the car with a bamboo spork that I kept in my purse for just such occasions. There's something that feels very human about that message you just sent, Loazana. You have dinner with your mother-in-law, and after dropping her off, you stop at a store to buy yourself some chocolate fudge cake, which you then instantly demolish with your beloved in the car with a bamboo spork. Like, I don't know if it's the same fractal, but I remember me telling you about me eating my mango cream cake for my 21st birthday with a spork in my apartment alone in China. I feel like that kind of energy from you as well right now, Loazana. Like that spork vibes. Like, thank goodness I survived. I need this right now. I just need to be a human and taste the good sweets. Pepe is killing something. I don't know if you heard those low frequency beeps. Pepe just slayed a creature. Poor thing. He whipped right by, it was quick, it's true. Spork is the ultimate utensil. Melt was in his feelings and missed the mower, but it was going past at full speed. Was it a mower? Might have been. Might have just space. Okay, I'm in it. I'm in that state of mind that I wanted to be in. Mindful. So I'm gonna put the sun in the corner. And then I'm gonna play some kalimba. Nothing specific. She's just so loud. And the restaurant she likes is so loud. And then we were finally leaving. She ran into an old friend and they had to visit loudly. By then, I had to go into the go and hide in the bathroom. Goodness, the sensory overload, like just staring down staring into the sun kind of vibe, having no escape other than the bathroom. Bless you. I'm happy that you got to have that chocolate fudge cake at the very least. Sounds nice. I'm gonna play some kalimba. Get into this experience. Deep acceptance of my current state of reality. Ceaselessly choosing to love, despite it not being everything I think it should be. There we go. Got some extra gain. Okay. I feel I have accepted even more. I have come to accept everything. Everything is as it should be. Everything will be as it shall. Love remains true regardless. She's trying to sell her house and everything has been going wrong. So it was just a lot of freaking out about that, I can imagine. Can't imagine it's a fun fractal to be a part of. So I'm feeling for her as well. Feeling for you for having to feel for her, though. That was Zana. I died in the bathroom, freaking out about that. Look, she who is part Banshee, I love you, but I need you to lower the volume of your voice. I realized too late that I had earplugs in my purse and I put them in discreetly, but that just lowered everything to a dull roar. Yeah, that's unfortunately how it ends up happening. Sometimes loud people don't know they're being loud and causing others physical pain. You gotta stand up for yourself and say something. Nobody talks about runcible spoons. Runcible? Rinsable? Spoons anymore. Even though famous in song, The Owl and the Pussycat, a pretty song to that atonal. I don't even know what you're talking about. So maybe that's why we're not talking about it anymore. Yeah, Joe Bow, my bamboo spork has saved me on several occasions. I'll drop a photo in the Discord. It's so cute and weighs almost nothing. Bless. Composable as well. Just found out that the place my wife is staying at has a giant list of Ben and Jerry's ice cream on demand room service. I'm guessing it's not free. Right? I think that would be like the the part that I would, that wouldn't get me to leave. I carved my own spoon once out of a bigger spoon. I think I saw a video like that as well. That's hilarious, bro. See you tomorrow, friends. Love you. Love you, Shell. Heck yeah. I love that kind of unexpected stuff, right? You did what now? You made a spoon out of a spoon? Yeah, Puppy murdered something and is now like looking at its corpse over and over again. You're like, what's happening there? Puppy happened there. There's a kitty almost in frame. There we go. Now we got Kitty and Doggo in frame. Let me go see what's happening there. Where are we? Well, we get our Shan message written. Puppy, what did you do to that thing? What did you do to it? Huh? What did you do to that rat? Is it hiding in there? Did it go into the ground? Go into the ground? No way. Did it really? Didn't it get away? Did you think it'd get away instead? Hmm? I doubt that it's there, Puppy. I doubt it. Let me see quickly. I don't think that hole's big enough, yo. Just gonna dig holes in the yard right now. I did hear the little squeaky of like a rodent-like creature. Maybe a bug as well, trying to run for its life. But Pippi is... yeah, I'm talking about you. She's super dedicated to finding whatever it is. All right. There we go. Our Shan message is ready. Let me just see I'm not missing anything. Runcible spoon is a spork with a cutting edge, used with pickles and posh bite-sized appetizers. The more you know. Your knowledge of cutlery will never cease to amaze me. I'm also pretty amazed. Think Shell let us know as well. Jubilantly and candescently. Those are some English teacher words. Love it, Shan. I'm looking forward to reading them now. Rat, farm rat. Isn't Pippi a ratter, being a Jack Russell? She's just doing her job. Yeah, I know. I'm not complaining. I'm not like trying to hurt her or trying to stop her. Or I know that she's just doing what she does, right? Being a little doggo. So more power to her. Let's be a people, a love looper, if you will, and read our Shan message, shall we? Going something like, have the mostest, beautifulest day, everyone. I wholeheartedly, truly, love you all so, very, superest, super stir, duper stirly, hugely, humongously, gigantically, gargantuanly, monumentally, monolithically, dearly, beloved, earnestly, jubilantly, exhilaratingly, melt more, and all of you Oh, so very, very wonderfully, incredibly, exquisitely, eye-catchingly, vigorously, vivaciously, zizzily, zealously, ultimately, unwaveringly, gorgeously, candescently, luminously, magically magical, epically, deeply cherished, divine friends that are phenomenal love loopers. Because we love you, dear Shan. Thank you for taking that time. Did I miss card time? You did, Zano. You did miss card time. We pulled card number 13. It was blue. It had dolphins on it and everything. It was about joy and cooperation, specifically talking about how in our cooperation, we get to put ourselves in a love loop kind of vibe. Thanks, Dan. I'm trying extra hard to find new and not very common used words to expand our vocabularies. It's helping. I appreciate you. It was card 13, Dolphin Merkava. Thank you, Show, for echoing that card number and, Fractal for our beloved Zana. It's nice having you friends here. Sorry if I wasn't the best at love looping today. I will surely get better. Slowly, but surely. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow so we can loop even deeper into the love that we already are. Right? It's going to be more of a remembrance than anything. I love you, friends. I thank you for joining me again, finding yourself here, consciously evolving alongside me. We'll do it again real soon. Tomorrow. Love you. Goodbye, everybody. Join cooperation. I'm opposed to this cooperation being thrust upon you. Cooperation can't be thrusted upon you. You just don't have to cooperate. Cooperation can only happen when you realize there is no force. Love you, dear friends. Goodbye, everybody.